Thanks for joining me today. This is Danny, and I am just about to take a little walk to one of my favorite parts of the city. So let's let the city come to life. It's one of the new neighborhoods. I've got this little park over here. As you can see, people are using this path quite a bit. We've got our little park here. Some people having lunch. In a tiny little commercial district. So right now this is my favorite part of our little boom town. And there sure are a lot of pedestrians for such a small town. So the plan for today is to create some more parks. Of course we're going to do a little bit more expansion, bring the population up a little bit more, because there is quite a demand to live here. Make the city a little bit prettier today. I did add these palm trees in the middle. I have, if you remember, if you saw me build this in the first episode, this is two one-way roads rather than using the single medium road or whatever it's called, the boulevard. I have the two one-way roads, and then I lined it with palm trees down the middle. I kind of like the way that looks. It also seems to handle the traffic a lot better than that does, the heavier traffic. Mostly because there's no stoplights, so nobody has to stop for anything. Let's shut that off. The traffic in this town is doing quite well so far. And this is going to be where our tree farm. We are also going to, at some point during this episode, we're going to buy a new plot of land. I still have not decided which plot I'm going to buy. It's a tough choice. And I think, let's see, when is our next... I don't know if we're going to be able to buy another plot. No, we don't get to buy another plot at our next milestone. So it probably won't be until the milestone after that. So whatever we buy, we'll be stuck with for a little while. So this area, you can kind of see the green outline here. If we look in our natural resources, that's where our tree farm can be. So I think I'm just going to start right about here, and I will make a district. Okay, I did click that. Alright, I'm going to make a district right about here. Forest Park. Hey, that's a good name. That is spelled incorrectly. It is very strange that it would come up with a name that's misspelled. So we're going to make sure we remember this time to specialize it so that it's specialized as forest industry. Yeah. And then just double check to make sure I hit the mark. I did. Okay, now I'm going to change the name. What should we call this one? Okay. I think I might just stick with Forest Park, except we will spell it correctly. And to connect. Now this is going to produce a lot of traffic. And actually, I think, based on that, one of the next things I'm going to do, or the plot that I'm going to buy, is one of these two, because I want to connect to the train track, so that we can bring that into our industry to lighten up the highway traffic a little bit. And we could also use that for public transportation as well. Alright, so I think I'm going to make some nice curvy roads here, going into the forest park, and I think I'll have the main thoroughway be kind of a curvy thing, but then I'm going to have grids for the streets that the actual industry is on. Nice. It's a little bigger than I was initially planning on making it, but that's fine. Okay, so now we need to get some power out here. Okay, so I'm actually just going to start with a real small zone, because at this point we don't have the workers. So we're going to work on our residential next. Let's see. I want to build a neighborhood over here, and I want to fill in this area too with a neighborhood. Start with a single zone here, and then I'm going to double check the water. Oh, we're good with water. Nice. So let's do some big time zoning right away. Why not? I know I'm going to want this all to be residential. I'm going to make this be a kind of a small town downtown. We've got Main Street here, kind of leading into it. And we're also going to have another street going off in this direction. So it seems like it would be a good place to have kind of a downtown area. I just realized before that by putting this park here, I kind of screwed up. I'm not going to be able to put a right turn there, a right turn lane there, which means I might end up with some traffic problems here. Yeah, we already have pretty heavy traffic here. I really like that park. It's my favorite part of the whole city. Alright, I just remembered there's one really cool feature that you can actually you can move parks. So I'm just going to move this guy right over here. Relocation costs 200. It's going to destroy a bunch of houses. It's making some people sad and some people happy. Alright. Now we can reconnect our little pathways. There. Cool, I like that. So now I can do what I wanted to do here, and that's create an extra right turn lane. One extreme or the other. The bell is tolling. I wonder if that means somebody died. That's the cemetery bell. To our palm trees here too. So if people do end up getting stuck in traffic over here, at least they'll have something pretty to look at. Oh, why am I paused? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to build another road off into this direction and go connecting up here, because what's going to happen is now that we have these farms over here and we have this forestry area over here, and all the people that live over here are going to end up going right down Main Street, which is already pretty stressed. Actually, they might go this way. People over here might actually go this way. But I'm going to give them another pathway to go this way, because eventually we're going to have another neighborhood over here anyway. So alright, so I've created a couple more residential neighborhoods, one over here. Oh, we're running out of water. Okay, 1 second. Okay. That takes care of that. So anyway, like I was saying, I've expanded my residential. I created a new kind of neighborhood over here. Another one over here, and then I actually ended up putting a little connecting road here, so we kind of have a small thoroughway here, which I'm hoping will only get used for local traffic. I did actually see a couple of trucks coming through here. I think these are garbage trucks, so that's fine. But the idea was that people over here can come out this way, and people over here can come out this way. So, but in 48, when we reach 4800, we will actually be able to add the heavy traffic ban on that neighborhood. So that's why I actually created a district there. Where's our districts? Called it Quiet Hills. And as soon as I can, I'm going to ban heavy traffic in that district. So let's extend this out just to make sure that all the roads going in and out of it are covered. Whoops, nope, we don't want that. Push that up here because I will be eventually filling this neighborhood in. But anyway, so I'm ready to do parks now. Actually, as you can see over here, I put a lot of curvy streets in this neighborhood to allow lots of inlets and outlets, but to discourage through traffic. But I want to do kind of a string of parks in this area since we have all this space here. I added some more commercial to this area, so we now have a fairly large commercial district here. So what I'd like to do is have some pedestrian paths coming out of the commercial district, maybe having a larger plaza somewhere near that area. And then I'm going to have maybe just a dirt road coming over here with a couple of parks along it, and then a bunch of pedestrian paths connecting the parks to different streets within the neighborhood. So why don't we start with a little dirt roads. That's actually perfect. There. There. I think our power grid is still going to be connected. Let's see. Oh yeah. In fact, we can get rid of this. Actually, we can get rid of all this. But not too many. One more. Two more. Alright. So, I've been waiting for the industrial demand to go up, but it has not been going up. Because I want to extend our tree farm here, but our demand for residential and commercial just keeps going like crazy. But alright, so we'll just keep zoning residential and commercial then, I guess, until our demand for industrial goes up. Uh-oh. Our landfill is full. That means we'll have to build another one. And let's see. We'll have to reach 7,000 people before we can build the incineration plant. Alright, so we have this park area, we have this park area over here. I also wanted to stick a couple of parks down here. Let's just do the small park here. We'll have to tear down a couple houses. But it makes everybody happy anyway. They don't seem to mind when you demolish their houses. Especially when it's for a park. I'll disconnect this. Oh, we did do one of these already. There. There's a way of getting places. Let's put some of these trees in here. Oh, those. There. That's beautiful. Yeah, that'll work. Wave of happy faces. Okay. Oh, you know what? I was also going to look at some of these unique buildings. What have we got? We've Brandenburg Gate. These things will attract tourists, and they'll also make people happy. Plaza of the Dead. Okay, I'm gonna actually take a look at these off camera, and we'll look at building a couple of those in the next episode. And right now, I'm going to build a new neighborhood over here. Right, we got another little curvy streeted neighborhood. The curves in the street, I mean, not only do I think they kind of look nice, they make the neighborhood look a little bit more interesting and give it a little bit more character, but they also discourage through traffic. So that's one of the reasons that I like to use them. Especially when we get away from the city center. And the main city center is eventually going to be, well, as I mentioned earlier, probably down in that area. So I want to build, I think I'm going to put a park here, maybe a smaller park, and I might have a park over here as well. And then maybe I'll connect them with a path. Botanical gardens, we've got a dog park, we've got a basketball court, a Paradox Plaza. I think I got that as a bonus for signing up for the mailing list or something like that. Oh, we've got a carousel park and our bouncy castle park. Okay, why don't we do something interesting like that here. Let's see, how big is the carousel park? It's pretty small, so that would be actually good for up here. Put it there, and we can have a path up there, because I love having paths by my parks, and I think this would fit really nicely right there, or maybe over here. Let's do it over there. Okay, and then a path, a path, a path. There. That's a nice little neighborhood. Add a few trees. Palm trees are my favorite. And unfortunately, we do not have them in here in Wisconsin. Although we do have a lot of nice trees here. It's one of the things I like about living here. In the summer, anyway. Alright, these parks are getting a lot of use. Okay, now we have a demand for commercial and industry. So I'm going to make a little commercial area here. Sure, get rid of that piece. And get some more tree farms, which have no power. What happened to our power? Oh, we don't have enough. May as well do some farms right along this main drag here. Not going to go beyond that though, because we're going to have a lot of traffic on that stretch. I don't want trucks to be stopping the traffic. We have a busy town! Yay! Busy town. That means we can... we've opened up our city planning policies, including the heavy traffic ban. We can do oil now. We can do free public transportation. Level 4 unique buildings. And we will definitely be looking at unique buildings in the next episode. I'm going to take a little bit of time to kind of dig through them and see what I'm interested in and what we might want to do, so that you don't have to sit around and watch me go, And we have the bigger police headquarters, fire station, and the larger hospital, bigger than the clinic that covers more area. And then we also have the oil power plant, which I probably will not use. And we've opened up pretty much, I think we've opened up all the rest of the roads. We have just enough power. Looks like we're going to have to build a new power plant very soon. We have more than enough water and sewage capacity. We've got 64% landfill usage, which is fine. Let's see how are our schools doing. We do need a couple more elementary schools. We'll need one over here, maybe one somewhere over here. That'll hopefully cover both of these areas. I think the high school should be fine. Yep, high school is fine. I don't think we can do a university yet. Nope, we can't do the university yet. I think we'll be able to do that. And we have 7,000 people. We have mostly happy people. Let's see, what are we unhappy about here? It doesn't say. I wish it would say. Maybe it's the proximity to the landfills. I'm not really sure. Oh, we got a couple unhappies over here too. Might be a land value issue here because it looks like this one has upgraded quite a bit to one of the higher tiers. We have 82% residential happiness now. That's higher than it was before. Our commercial happiness has actually gone down a little bit, and our industrial happiness is still quite high. They're a little easier to please, I think. Our health is doing well. It looks like we need clinics in some of our newer areas. Our levels are going up. We don't need to look at wind. Our traffic, it looks just fine. Actually, it's looking great. I mean, it's pretty much exactly what we should expect. The only thing I don't like is the traffic coming through here, which actually we can fix right now. Policies. City planning, heavy traffic ban. Yay! So now trucks will not go through that area, and it should be, we should just be seeing local traffic, and it won't be used as much as a thoroughway as it is now. So hopefully that traffic will go down. If it doesn't, I'm going to do one of two things. Either I'm going to make this connection a little bit curvier or something and make it a little bit less of a straight way through, because I really don't want people using this as a thoroughway. But if I can't fix it that way, I might just end up widening it to a 4-lane road and just make it a thoroughway and change the name because it won't be very quiet anymore. We're having, I mean, I think we may have to do something about this at some point in the future. I have a lot of commercial zoned up here, but we might want to look at turning this into a highway roundabout at some point in the future if this gets worse. Right now it's not bad. I mean, the traffic isn't stopping. There's no backups anywhere in the city, which is pretty cool. Let's see, our pollution, of course, is just where we would expect it. There's a very small amount of pollution coming from the tree farms, and of course we have our poop over here. And eventually I may actually get rid of this industrial area because we will be able to have specialized industry, and we might not really even want this. In fact, what might actually eventually happen is that as our citizens become more and more educated, the industry is going to have a hard time finding uneducated workers. In fact, it's already happening. We have 16 overeducated workers here. We don't have any uneducated people in our city. So well, we have some. And eventually we'll be able to have offices. So let's see, when do we get offices? After 7,000 people. So in the next episode, we will be dealing with offices. And offices hire more educated people. They also hire a few uneducated people, especially before they upgrade. What else do we want to look at? We'll just take a quick peek at the noise pollution. Noise pollution looks okay. We might want to have some tree-lined streets near our commercial areas. Now, the only issue with the tree-lined streets is that they have no parking. I'm not really sure how the parking engine works in this game as far as how parking affects things like desirability or people's ability to get to work or to go to, the commercial ability to attract customers, if parking plays a factor in that or not. But let's just upgrade these. See, now all those cars had to move. Two things here. We can either add another small fire station over here, or we could put a big station centrally in a central area and get rid of the small one. Then we won't need... You know what, let's give that a try once. Let's see what happens if I plunk this guy here and get rid of... Is it this one? Yeah, and that's a desirable place for commercial, so it would be good to get rid of that. Let's see. Oh, a little trick. If you want to see what it'll look like if you get rid of something, just click on the little... wait, let me do that again. You can click here to relocate a building, which is a really nice feature. It almost seems a little cheaty to me, but it's a nice feature where you can just pick up a building and relocate it without having to demolish it and then pay full price to rebuild it. You do have to pay to relocate it, but the relocation cost is cheaper than building it from scratch. So anyway, so we can see that demolishing that building will not cause any problems for us. So let's just go ahead and do that right away. So we still have pretty good fire coverage. Now we'll do the same thing with this building down here. Okay, so this building we still need. So you see, when I take it away, we lose our fire coverage down in this area. So we'll just leave that where it is. And then our fire coverage is looking pretty good. Crime, of course, is still good. I've never really had problems with crime. We don't have any public transport. Here's our population. Let's see. Not too concerned about outside connections, although I am a little curious about tourism now that I have more parks. So we have 14 tourists every week. Next episode, as we get into the unique buildings, we are going to start attracting more tourists to our city, so that'll be kind of fun. I like that. I like watching the tourism industry. And here's our land values. You can see we're getting some higher land values near the center of town here, which is pretty cool. And resources, zones, leisure. Our leisure looks okay in most of the town, which is fine. I mean, we don't have to... The whole town doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we do want to have some areas with lower wealth, probably, to cover some of the industry jobs and stuff like that. Here's our park. We got our little fountain in the middle. This is this area seems very small townish. All the little houses. We got our factories off at the distance. A nice backdrop. Yeah, it kind of feels like a small city. Dirt road. I don't know if I'm going to keep this dirt road there, since we now have houses and stuff. And if I remember correctly, I should be heading toward downtown right now, or toward Main Street. Just go right through this house. Oh, the house actually blocks us. Look at that. Little swing set in the backyard. You can see our houses are starting to look a little nicer now. They're higher wealth houses, upgraded. And the same is happening in our downtown area too. We're seeing similar, I guess, slightly more posh looking buildings. And this is actually where I'm standing right now, is the the oldest commercial district in the city. If you remember from our first episode, we were standing right here looking at these buildings, and then I went through to this neighborhood. And there was a bunch of tiny little houses, and now we've got solar panels and swing sets. pools, little carport there. Look at that. But yeah, they still have all their cars parked on the street for whatever reason. And then we came out here, and this was the open field. Oh, we actually have an open field here now. Interesting. But it was all open, and there was just a couple houses scattered about over here. So, yep, our city is growing, and it's starting to look pretty awesome. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. I did. I'm having a lot of fun building this city. And I'm glad that you're here to join me. So if you did enjoy this, of course, leave a like. And if you have any comments, I'm definitely interested in hearing your opinions or ideas. And I will see you next time when we will... what did I say? We're going to do some unique buildings. And... what was the other thing? There were two things I wanted to do next time. Unique buildings. Of course, we're going to do population growth. And try to attract some more tourists into our city. That's neat. Little gas station. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.